Hello, good afternoon everybody. Well, that was a little bit enlightening on YouTube, wasn't it? There you go, that was us setting up. What's going on Facebook now? Oh, you're there. Oh, lovely. Hi Elizabeth, hi Sandra, and Jilly, hello to you too. Hello Lisa, and Sheila, and Artist Place. Oh, Crystal, hello to you. Jane, hello. Debbie Welsh, hello to you too. And Sue, and Sue, and Sue. How many Sues do we have in a day? So that's how you put on your mic. Is that Critters? Yes, it is Critters in front of me. Yeah, we had a jig around with the lights, and to be honest, I just looked at the screen and I thought, oh, awful today. Hi Tracy, hi Heather, hi Debbie, hi Sue, and Sharon, and Stephanie. Such a lovely picture, and the sound was good too. Well, hopefully the sound's okay now as well. Hopefully we're all good. Hello Elda from Mexico. Hi Olivan and Tracy. Yes, it is Critters in front of me today. Did I say good morning earlier on? I get my Saturdays and my Wednesdays mixed up all the time, you know. I'm very good, thank you, Linda. Hello, Debbie. I wanted to show you these because these have been out of stock for so long, and all of a sudden our suppliers have got them back on the website, so we snatched up as much as we could, and we've had them put together back in the original bundles that we brought you. So these are 5.5 meters of fabric, and plus a free 0.5 meter of plain denim coloured cotton as well. So if you haven't seen it before, this is my pets collection, and these are they. So I can't remember what it's called. I think that's sleeping cats or lazy cats or something like that. And then I'll just take you through quickly because you have seen this before, and I have got some new stuff for you. And then we've got playing in the garden. So we've got out our old bull terrier and my son's dog Bert. That's oh, clock's late again, isn't it? It's getting later, that church clock. So that's Ralphie. And then there's more cats and the dash hounds, and then cats and dogs, and that's our Bob. And then the free 0.5 meter as well. Have to say, once these have gone, that's I don't think we can get any more. We won't be doing any more bundles with the free 0.5 meter. That's going to be it for those. So after we sold out so quickly last time we had them, I thought I'd better show you those straight away before it happens all over again and I start getting complaints. Oh, thank you, Pook. I'm glad you like them. Yes, I had a lovely week. Well, it was just a Saturday with the family. It was really nice, thank you. I was here on Sunday. Who's got oh no, somebody's got a bad cold and flu. Oh, sorry about that. I missed who. Oh, sorry if I missed your messages. They kind of come through really quickly. Let me show you some of the stuff. We remember the flannel cushion that I made last week. We sold out of practically every scrap of flannel that we have. But we have got some new, which is the mint coloured rainbows. So if you haven't seen this before, it's just incredibly soft. It's a brush cotton, and I made the cushion, the raggy cushion cover, actually with this one and with the peaches as well. Everything else is sold out, but we do have this one for you. And we also have, which you might not have seen, this is a Riley Blake. So it's a bit wintry. But that again is another brushed flannel, so ideal if you're making cuddly things. Even like the reading cushion that I'm going to do on Saturday, that would be really nice for that. So that's another of the brush cottons. But I was thinking, if you're going to make one of the cushions or even a quilt for an adult, these are rather childish. They're very sweet, but they're aimed at the kids. So how about this one, which you may not realise if you've seen this on the website before. It is actually a brushed flannel cotton. It's Art Gallery fabrics, so it's really lovely quality. But if you put flannel into the search bar, into the search engine, then it'll come up with this. Well, it'll come up with those three. I think that's all we've got left of all of the flannels at the moment. And at the moment, there won't be any more coming back in, so that's it. So hello to Pat in Muscota. And Anne's granddaughter's 18th birthday. Say happy birthday from me. And hello Chrissy in Georgia in USA, Jane's in Newport, hello Liz. It's trying here in Dunno, is that snow? Thanks Denise. Who else have we got? Jane, two Janes, well, you all seem to come together. It's like all the Janes get together and say, right, let's leave a message now. Anybody new today? Come and say hello. Anybody join the Half Yard Club for the first time? Nice to see you. Do you like the fabric from me top? Do you like me top? Got some news there as well. It's not happening just yet. Oh, hello, Olive in Pennsylvania, and Teresa in Berkshire. Thanks, Holly Van. Glad you like my top. It's one of these batwing top that I wear an awful lot, but this is actually my pattern. Now, I'll be honest with you, we are working on a new website. I know we only had a new website last summer, so this seems terribly extravagant, but it's not working out too well, as some of you may have realised. So we are having a new website designed as we speak. Just been talking to the web designer. You probably saw me on YouTube just before we came live today. When we do go live on the new website, which should hopefully be early March, we will have to close for a few days, but when we come back we're going to be doing downloads. There won't be a whole host of dressmaking patterns to start with, but this will be the first one that we're going to do. So it's all ready to go. It's just that downloads aren't working too well on the website that we have at the moment. But the fabric is available. Abstract Shapes Jersey, that's the one. I'm glad you like it, Marilyn, thank you. But it's one of those, well, we'll go into more detail when you can actually buy the pattern. But it's one of those, oh, thanks, Sonia. That's just pull over your head, easy to wear, nice and loose, very forgiving around the tummy area if you're a little bit wider there, but that's coming up. But if you want to get the fabric ahead of the game. Oh, Geraldine's already had it and made a scarf out of it. Hi, Suzanne. Hello, Linda in Los Angeles. Hi, Andrea. I know, but it's, yes, I'm not going to complain. But we are having a new website. Just to warn you as well, I'm afraid you'll have to re-register on the new website because it's completely brand new again. But I shall explain more when we know when that's going to happen. Anyway, my daughter has been very busy. So excited. We were saying, we've got a whole warehouse full of flowers at the moment, as in floral fabric. I love these designs. Look. Isn't that gorgeous? Now if you go on to new on the website on debbieshawzone.com, you'll see all of these in there. Oh, hello Linda. Hello Lamona in Ohio. Isn't this pretty? Non-directional, perfect for smaller projects if you're doing English paper piecing or patchwork. Great for dressmaking as well. It's 100% cotton and it is lovely quality, and I just love the design. I think this one is the vintage flowers, and we sell this by the half metre, and that means it comes all joined up. If you did order 2 units, you're going to get a 1 metre piece, 1.5 metres, Anne, maximum, depending on what size you go for, but 1.5 metres will do it easy. Yeah, so that is first one. Let me show you that. Now that second one, I have a feeling we should be ordering more of this before you even see it. I love this, my favourite one. I can think of so many things I'm going to make with this. Look at that. Love the colours, love the flowers. It's soft, it looks vintage. Oh, I'd make homewares. Jenny says the print cotton would be perfect for the preemie shirts. What's a preemie shirt? But it'd make a nice shirt. This is making a nice shirt. A blouse, homewares, cushion covers, quilting. It's just beautiful. Look at that close. Look at that close. I loved it as soon as it came off the bolt when everything just arrived. It's just lovely. Oh, and then I said I'd had a moment the other day when did they get it? Yesterday they arrived. They're all absolutely brand new. Forgot it was Wednesday, said Hilary. Oh, it's a bit like that today. I've got rather a lot on at the moment. Then you say, oh, it's nearly 4 o'clock. Oh, I'm not ready. As you probably saw on YouTube. Still blotchy. Look at these two. Same print, different colour background. Now these are a little bit wider. I think these are 140 wide. Really lovely premium quality cotton. But the two together, if you're making a bag, so a bag flap or a lovely lining. Nancy says she loves the fabric. I feel a pink parcel coming on, Nancy. Have you got room for guests? Oh, you're in Italy. Oh, who's in Italy? I'm missing everything. A needle and thread in hand. Now then, oh, who said that? Who's in Italy? Missed that one. Kim has got an amazing eye. You are absolutely right. Just wait till you see her design of fabrics that's coming out later on this year. I know. So anyway, that's that, and that is lovely. Both of them, like that colour of that petrol there. So yes, moment of excitement with those. But again, if you look under new on the website, you'll see all the details and the sizing and the prices and everything. Imagine that lime green as a contrast. Wouldn't that be pretty? A skirt, summer skirt. I'm in spring in my mind. I don't know about you. We have snowdrops now, and the daffodils are coming up. And there's, is it crocuses or croci? To be grammatically correct, can't talk. Yeah, popping up all over the place, and there's buds on the trees, and lovely. Love seeing where everyone comes from. I like that, Jenny, as well. It's one of the nicest things about being live here. I think we tend to get more international people on YouTube, but you're all over the place, aren't you? Any panda fabrics coming? I haven't seen any panda fabrics, Leanna, but I shall mention it to my daughter that you're looking out for it. I'm glad you like it, Deborah, thank you. George is sat listening, making your wedding invites. When are you getting married? Have you got your dress yet? Right, one more, and then, oh no, two more things to show you. And I haven't shown you what we're making. We're talking hexies today. So this is what we're going to make. I don't know if I'll get as far as actually finishing it, because this is all, it's quite time consuming. But the idea is to get the hexagon bit finished. If we've got time to finish it, then we shall jolly well finish it. But there is a video going on YouTube at 5 o'clock, so straight after we finish here. It will probably overlap, to be honest. But there is a video on YouTube, so if you don't like the chat, don't tell me more work, less talk. Just have a look at the pre-recorded ones. Just having a bit of a dig there, sorry. Jubilee fabric, I hope so, Jane. I haven't seen any in stock at the moment, but it would be nice to get that. Right, now this is a back in stock, but it hasn't been in stock for quite a long while, and it's a stretch denim. So I did make a skirt for the Half Yard Club out of this. I made the pencil skirt, which is really nice. But it's a lightweight, stretchy denim, so it's comfy. So if you wanted to make something like like leggings or anything like that, tighter trousers. But for skirts and trousers, it's nice because it's comfy. It's lightweight, and it does have that little bit of stretch. And I think it's 150 wide. Looks like quite a wide fabric there, but it's really comfy. Preemie shirts are what tiny preemie babies wear. Oh, premature ones. I'll have a look at that later on, Janice. I'll have a click on your link and have a look. Butterfly fabric. We'll look out for it. We do have a few fat quarters. I shan't take them all out. I'll just show you quickly. This is the yoga. Now we've had the yoga. Oh, let's take them out. We've had the yoga fabrics in the mint and the white before. But this is so we've had those two before, but we haven't had the whole range. But you've got the lot when you go for a fat quarter bundle. So these are 5 fat quarters. Can't remember what they call them. Yoga Wellness. So 5 fat quarters there. Again, have a look on new in. These are new. I think this is Vintage Flowers. Can't remember. You'll recognise them when you go on the website. But these are lovely colours. They're really classic, traditional. And again, you've got 5 fat quarters. Let me show you a fat quarter. If you're not aware of one is, we take it for granted, don't we? That's a fat quarter, so you're getting 5 of those. No, Frankie, no special technique, I don't think, for sewing denim. I didn't even use a jersey needle on mine. Normally for stretch fabric you'd use a stretch needle, but it worked absolutely fine with just a universal needle. So nothing special needed, no walk-in foot, no special needle, no special thread. So, any more questions or anything? Come and throw them at me. That's the beauty of being live, isn't it? Oh, Nancy's had a pink parcel. And she says she's made 6 new fat quarter storage boxes. Oh, hello, Michelle in France. Jane loves the yatta. I know, I do get some comments. I don't answer them, but I do not get some comments about the chat. And considering I take the time, most of the time, 90% of the time, to do a video without chat, it's a bit upsetting to get told off for it. We all yatta. We do, don't we? What we do. No point in being live if you're not yattering, is there? May as well just record something and talk to myself. Oh, a pattern using stretch fabric. Have you tried Tilly and the Buttons? Sorry, who was that? Chrissy. Tilly's got loads of dress patterns with stretch fabrics. Or Flannel similar to Winceyette. Yes, I think it is, Lee. I think it's the same. I think Winceyette is like the name that they used to call it. I'm glad you liked the chat. Well, you wouldn't be here if you didn't, would you? What colour would you suggest to go with or opposite sage green? Have you got a plain sage green? Maybe a lemon would be nice. What does everybody else think? What colour goes with sage green? Not another green. Cream would be good. Depends how bold you want to be. But I think a lemon would be nice. Right, and then finally, now we do have some of the Simplicity fabrics back in stock. We can only get hold of 2 by the ½ metre. I can't remember which 2 they are, but they're on the website. But this is the first time we've had the fat quarters. So you've got pour me a glass of sass, and then the vintage ladies. So one of each of the whole collection in fat quarter sizes. So again, first time we've actually had that. I'm in hospital waiting for my ECG check. I'm a bit worried about it. I'll come. This is welcome to the sewing and craft doctor. Well, what's your name? We're all going to put out good vibes for you. So the sewing and craft doctor waiting for ECG results. Can we all send her some positive vibes? I'm assuming it's a she. Because we want the results to be positive, don't we? So we'll all cross everything and pray for you. When I miss the live, I choose the live to watch it later. Oh, do you, Cora? Oh, that's nice. Oh, hi, Kim. Went live early by mistake on YouTube. That was entertaining. Simply, it's lovely, and the quality of the fabric is exceptional. You'll know that as soon as you pick it up and you touch it. But again, it's one of those that bright pink and sage green. That would be nice. Yeah, it's one of those when you pick it up, you'll just know what lovely quality it is. But I don't think we're going to be able to keep getting more because they went out of stock for ages, and then we managed to get some back again. Hello, Marita in Germany. Amanda's just done a workout after a long hiatus. Oh, well done. Right, so should we do so? Oh no, one more. The hexagons that I made this one from are the pre-cut ones. I'm not sure how many we've got left on the website. I think they're still under new. And these are Clothworks Botanical Journal fabrics. And there are 36 in the pack. So there's 6 of each. No, there's 30 in the pack. Oh, I can't remember. Have a look on the website. But there's 6 of each of the different prints. 6 5s, yeah. And we do have new today plain bright coloured ones as well. So it's the same price. I think they're £5.99, but you get more in the pack. We can't guarantee exactly what colours you're going to get, but you will have 6 of each of 6 different colours, all in these lovely bright colours. So if you are making something like this, it's nice to have these in stock. Michelle, I do. Maybe it's just my monitor, but I do look blotchy. Peach and sage green's a nice one, says Hazel. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it, Jane. Thank you. It's not, is it, Amanda? And it's twice the work, so to be told to work harder is I was a little miffed. But anyway, I'm over it now. Oh, Alan! Oh, you've got so many names on Facebook and YouTube. I didn't recognise that one. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. We're all thinking about you. Right. Shall we sew? So, for a little bag of this size. Oh, I've got some ribbons. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm not doing my job. Supposed to be showing you new stuff. We've got some Easter ribbons, look, and these are by the meter. You don't have to buy the whole roll. So I love that one with the little rabbits. If you're making drawstring bags or anything for Easter, or just as trimming, wouldn't that look lovely? And little pigtails in your child's hair, look really, really pretty. And finally, then we will get on with the sewing. Look what we got in stock. Little button boxes, but there's a pin cushion on the top, and there is just a variety of buttons buttons in a jar with a pincushion, original name, but yeah, just a variety of buttons with the pincushion on top. Now we're going to sew. So let's move those out of the way. I sound like I've got my rapids, don't I? And that's all going to come unravelled, I just know it. So for a bag of this size, and again this will be on YouTube without the chat straight after this one. It's going on at 5 o'clock. So that'll just explain exactly how to do it. So if we don't get to the end of it today, then you can watch it there. And you'll need 24 of the hexagons. Now these are 2-inch hexagons, but again I'm using the pre-cut ones, so I know they're all absolutely perfect and accurately cut. So I can arrange these. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're in rows of 4, and there's 6 rows of 4. I haven't got all of the prints here because I'm using a few leftover bits. That's a bit creased, isn't it? So I might be doubling up on a few of these. I was trying to avoid having 2 the same next to each other, but might not be able to do it without the extra colour. But we'll see how we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and then 2. We'll do that one in a bit because there is quite a lot of sewing in this. So what I've done, and I'm trying to make this the easiest way for you to do it, is on the back. Where have you come? Oh, there you were there. I've actually drawn a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I didn't do it on all of them. I did save a couple to do with you. There we go, those 2. So take your ruler, and that's my 505 on the floor, and put your 1/4 inch mark against the edge of your fabric and just draw a line. You can do a dot where the because all we need is where the intersection is, but I can't see the dots very well when I've tried doing it that way, so I'm drawing a line and just making sure they overlap, because it's this cross here that's the important bit. And let's do this one, and there, and just go all the way around. It may seem quite time consuming, but it took me about 10 minutes to do all of the rest of them, so it doesn't actually take very long. So I think that was up there. Let's just do this one. Now I'm going to iron it because that's annoying me. Bear with me a second while I just iron the creased one. What are you on about, me and gin again? No, don't get me talked about. I didn't even drink gin. Oh, I don't know, Jane. My son has a pigtail. Not sure about putting ribbons in it, to be honest, but he does like a pigtail. Michelle says she loves the hexes. At the mo I'm making the half hexy cut like the blocks of you. Oh, nice. Oh, we've got those. Honestly, you lot. Got those back in stock again as well, by the way, the kits for that. I'm just going to do a couple more of those. I don't like working with creased fabric. Oh, she says using a heat erasable pen on the wrong side. Okay, let's move you over there. And then carry on with my 1/4 inch lines. I have done the rest of them. I've just saved a couple. Then we'll start sewing them all together. Like so. Okay. Did Rodney from Pulled? I don't know. He's got his hair all shaved around the back, and then the top bit just tied back in the pigtail. I don't know what Rodney's hair was like. Gin for Morag, or just the bottle would do. Hexagon. I'm going through a hexagon stage at the moment, it seems, Andrea. So Linda's husband had a pigtail for years, tied up with a black ribbon. Nothing wrong with a man in a pigtail. Take your ruler and throw your 5/0 across the room. I think I must have missed the beginning of that one. Anyway, we're sewing up. Let's get this sewing done. Else we will be here for hours. That's my zip gone. That's my thread going. It's all going wrong today. Right. So I'm going to sew. Let's just put a couple together so you can see. Right sides together from that point to that point. So I'm going to start and stop. Let me show you with my pen. Start there and stop there. Now if you wanted to pin, then feel free. There's rather a lot to do to be pinning, I'm thinking. And then if I put the pin through here, it should come out at exactly the same spot on the other side. So if you wanted to pin those together, that's fine. But if you just hold them together, when you start and stop sewing, you should be bang on when you start and stop at those marks. So let's put the needle down here. So I'm not using a 1/4 inch foot or anything, because I'm following a line. So a couple of stitches back, let's sew up to the end of that mark and just sew back and then clip. So I've got that, and remember the ends are actually open. So let's carry on sewing across. See, I laid all these out in an order and then it's all gone wrong. So it's one of those days today. Let's do this again here. So we're going to start at the point, backwards, forwards, stop at the next point. And we're doing these in rows of 4, remember. Let's put that one on the end. So go and line up the edges. If your marks are all perfect, a 1/4 inch, then they should line up on both sides. So we've got that, and then I'm just going to, let me rearrange those so I know they're not going to have 2 next to each other the same. That, let's do that. Oh, I had it all worked out before, didn't I? That will do. Okay, then we're going to sew 2 more rows together like that. Remember, if you've gone for the kits of these, you'll have another print in there, so you'll be able to get your rows more evenly spaced so you don't get 2 colours next to each other, is the idea. And you will have some left over if you go for the kits as well. You should have about 12 left over. They're 2 inches, Angela, and that's 2 inches across the straight edge, which is where you normally measure them. Yes, do you remember anything about club members? Please use your 10% discount. It takes me ages to go through and refund everybody when you forgot. Don't mind doing that, that's absolutely fine. But if you can use your, if you remember to use your discount code. I know a lot of you have said you just get so excited about something, you just go order and then think, oh, I didn't put the discount code in. If you do forget the discount code, drop me an email at the enquiries at email address, and I'll refund them, or Kim will refund you anyway. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, another one of those on the end. I don't cut them actually, these are they're a pre-cut pack, so I wouldn't normally cut them by hand. I don't know about the Gemini machine, that's cutting machines. I don't know about the cutting machines, I'm afraid. But if you're going to do a lot, I suppose it's a good idea. Libby's moved over from Facebook. Oh, welcome along. I've just sewn 5 there together. Look, that was a daft thing to do. That's you lot talking, you see. Distracting me from my sewing. I just unpicked that one. I could have just sewn another one on the end, but may as well unpick it. Jenny feels a pink parcel needs to come for Valentine's. Huge hints, I think, to that Alex of yours. That's because pink's romantic, isn't it? And if you ordered anything, they'll be with you by Valentine's. Mind you, when is Valentine? Oh no, I don't know. It's is it? I'm talking to myself. Is it Monday, Valentine's Day? We don't do Valentine's Day. We never have done, really. Do you? Do you do Valentine's Day? What do you do? Do you go out? Have you got somebody romantic in your life that takes you out and spoils you? Yeah, Terry, I noticed eventually, Terry, thank you. Just got a bit carried away with that one. So I'll sew these 4 rows together, and then we'll sew. Then we'll get on with the opposite side, and then see how far we get. So this is actually really quick. and the more you get on with doing it, the quicker it seems to get. So again, I'm just starting and stopping on exactly that point. It's so worth taking the time to draw these lines around all of your hexagons. It really is. It really does help. It does with me anyway. So again, let's line up those edges. So Sally maybe lunch for Valentine's Day. Jenny's having a movie and a takeaway. Lovely. My son's going, oh, I don't know if I can tell you, it might be a surprise. They're going away for a couple of days. Right, so I've got, yeah, trying to avoid the colours matching or not matching. So let's give these a quick press. I'd normally just finger crease them, but they're looking a bit creased. Open all to one side, that's up to you. So let's do these ones open. Whatever's quicker. It's going on a makeup bag. It's not going to be entered into a quilting competition or anything. So as long as the seams are flat, I don't think it really matters. Cheryl were on holiday for Valentine's a couple of years ago, and it was so expensive in the restaurants that we ate at IKEA. I've never eaten in IKEA, but I would imagine it was very nice. Right, squish you open. So I wouldn't do this normally, I'd just finger crease, which I think I'll do with the rest of them. And so as long as the seams are flat, I don't think it matters which direction. I'm not fussy. Nancy for Valentine's watched the movie Eat, Pray, Love. It's my favourite movie. I've not heard of that one. Eat, Pray, Love. At Stitches, Jenny. Yes, me and Kim are visiting with their birthdays. Actually, I'm hoping, haven't heard anything from them for ages. I'm supposed to be launching some sewing boxes with my Birds and Bobs fabric for core bond. I must message them and make sure it's still going ahead before I start boasting about it. Okay, so we've got this. So now we're going to sew. I'm going to do that. Oh, now I've got 3 in a row. Oh no, I don't like that. What am I doing? Now I've got those and those and those. So you start off with a plan and it never quite works, does it? That and that. We could be here for a while. Oh no, I don't like that. Okay, I'm over it. That'll do. Didn't I line all those up so no two were the same? Oh, that didn't go there. This could keep me occupied for hours. Ha! That'll do. Right. So I'm going to keep those there. Now then, this is the way that I do it. If you wanted to sew in a zigzag all the way across, then that's fine. That's very brave of you. But I'm going to do every one of these seams individually, just like I did these pieces. So I'm going to start at this end and flip this over so I know I've got the seams right. And just like before, I'm going to sew from that point to the middle of the seam here. The Great Stitching Set. Stitches is it's a trade show, Christine, at the NEC. I don't know if that's the Great Stitching Show, so is that one that you mean, but I should be at Stitches. It's a trade show on the 27th and the 28th of this month, a Sunday and a Monday. It's where you pick up your rewards as well. Oh, what am I doing? No, I'm not so, oh, honestly. So you sew from corner to corner, not the middle of the seam, from corner to corner, just like we did last time. And then when we get to the next bit, I'm simply going to twist this over, line up these two pieces and sew along that line again. I've gone over that a little bit. I told you it was one of those days today. Sometimes these things happen, don't they? Right, so let's go here. And again, just along that line. So I'm trying to match up where the needle goes in here to exactly where the needle finished at the end of the last row. So let's do a couple of stitches back. Just make sure I'm lining up to that line and stop. And then I should have a nice neat point. And then on to the next one. So let's flip this over, line up the edges. Again, it does seem a time-consuming way of doing this, but I think it's worth it. And it's not a whole quilt, it's only a little bit for the bag. So it's nice, I think, to just take your time. So that's another nice point. And we'll carry on all the way across. Then we've got to do the other side, so we might be a little bit late. I think if I get to the stage where I've finished this, we'll see how we are for making up the rest of the bag. Because I did quilt this one as well. I only kind of did a zigzag just across like this to quilt it. But you could, if you wanted to, quilt all around the edge of each hexagon. You could do straight lines across each hexagon. But I do think it looks nice with a little bit of quilting of some sort. So who's Nancy? It's Alan. Alan's one of our regulars. He's a member of the Half Yard Club as well. What are you saying? Nothing for, Lisa? That's not like you. Not even honestly, the way you talk about me. Moz is new to the Half Yard Club. Welcome along. It's all true, but you know, you don't have to talk about it. Yes, I hope you're enjoying the club. Been working on next month's second project today, which is why I was running a little bit late. It's taken me ages. But I'm not going to tell you what that is yet, because you haven't even had this month's second project yet. So let's just come down to the end again. Almost there with this one. Plain lining and fusible fleece, absolutely. See how much backing fabric I've got. I might tell you what. Let's see how much fabric I've got. So that's where we are at the moment. That does need pressing, so those will all be perfect points by the time I press them. And let me just see how much fabric I've got, if I can make a backing and lining out of this. So I was going to use that. Let me see what else I've got, because I could do just a plain back on it, then we're not going to be here all day, are we? Hi Angie. That's not fabric. Bear with me while I have a rummage through my drawers. Yeah, I've got some cream fabric, so I'll do the backing in this one. Let me just give this a press while we're talking, and then I'll put the next row on. I don't know where she is, Bobbin, Leanna. I think she's gone in because it's raining outside, and she's not too happy in the rain. It was a little bit drizzly out there today, so even the slightest bit of drizzle and she's not going to come outside. Lisa spent the day sorting the sewing room and found a quilt top I'd forgotten about. Oh, nice. Can you forget about a quilt top? It must have taken you ages to do. Amanda says they don't really do turkey here. We don't do turkey, actually. I know people do turkey at Christmas, but we don't do turkey. A trip to the NEC may be coming. It's a nice, well, it used to be a nice show. I'm not sure what it's going to be like this year. I don't think there's so many suppliers going. No, Search Press don't have a stand this year. I'm not sure about anybody else. Craft Cotton will be there. Mary, it's one of the Half Yard Club members' birthday bear. It's one that made a comeback by popular demand. Okay, I've got one more row of these to sew on, then we'll put it together, I think. Right. How can I mess that up when I've just laid it all out? And now I'm getting two the same together. Maybe it goes on the bottom. I don't care anymore. So just the same as before, That still needs pressing a bit actually. I'm just going to lay that out so I can see where the pieces need to go. That's it. And then right sides together and do these again one by one. If you're confident and you can stop and pivot and carry on across the zigzag, then that's fine. Isn't there a stitch show in London in March? I don't know, Sharon. We don't do many of these shows, to be honest. I think there's quite a few shows coming up this year again, isn't there? But I'm not sure of dates or anything. Anybody else know? Is there a stitch show in London in March? So just doing what I did before. So sorry it's a little bit repetitive, but I just kind of want to show you right from the beginning. So turn that over. Try not to stretch the fabric as well. I did say this in the video that's coming up, because some of these cuts will be on the bias, so we don't want to stretch the bias ones, and it's quite easy to do when you're pulling these together to match them. And do you know what, at the end of the day, if your points aren't perfect, does it really matter? Not on something like this. Be nice, you know, particularly if you're going to sell this, or if you're going to sell it, I suppose it's got to be pretty perfect. But if this is going to be a gift, or if you're using it for yourself and it's your first go at anything like this, I don't think it really matters that things aren't absolutely 100%. Alright. Islington at the BDC at the beginning of March, apparently there's a show. Okay. Only planning on doing the one this year. Carol's just been doing some hexie work, so I'm going to make a, it's taken quite a long time, so I'm not going to do it exactly the same as the one I did here with hexes on both sides. We're just going to do hexes on one side of this one. But there is a video going onto YouTube in 15 minutes time with the hexes gone on both sides from start to finish. Everything apart from the cutting out of the hexes, because I used pre-cut ones. And let's flip this over. See you, Leanna. I shan't see you on Saturday then, maybe see you again next Wednesday. Right, make sure those are lined up. And then we'll iron that. That looks pretty nice. I do like a hexagon. Don't you like a hexagon? It's quite nice actually, because normally I don't do an awful lot of patchwork, purely because it takes so much time, particularly when you're thinking about quilting. So it's quite nice to do smaller projects like this. I'm just going to put some fusible fleece on the wrong side of this, and that helps to keep everything nice and flat and stable as well. Craft for Crafters at West Point is the 24th to the 26th of March. Where's West Point? Is that the Bristol one? I don't know where West Point is. Hello Renee, Nevada. Right, so could have done with some water in that and give it a steam, but let's just lay that out. So I'm just ironing this onto the fleece. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Carol. Thank you. Right. So do you go to many of these shows? So I don't know when they're on normally. I don't usually get time, but I do like the trade show. Oh, Andrew's having a wisdom tooth out. I was at the hygienist this morning. Painful, isn't it, when you've got sensitive teeth? They had to numb me. I've only just lost my numbness. You'd think my mouth was still numb by the way I'm talking, wouldn't you? Oh, West Point's Exeter, is it? Okay, I knew it was over that way somewhere. Right, so that's all I'm doing. Could do with steam for this. It's an awful lot quicker with steam. but I'm going to quilt it anyway, so that'll help to keep it all together. So if you don't have, this is a 404, H630, but if you've got some wadding, that would work as well, maybe with a little bit of basting spray to hold it in place.
Somebody mentioned gin.
they're all mentioning, honestly, the way they talk about me.
It's much too early. Here's your coffee.
Thank you. They don't believe me when I say it's coffee. Thank you.
Do they know there's gins in the coffee?
Ooh. Gin and coffee. Hi Sarah. Right, let me trim that down a little bit and then quilt it, and then I'll trim it to the size that I want it. Oh. Sorry about that. Just bear with me a sec. Have a look at what we're doing while I just move down here. See, coffee. You don't have gin in coffee. Right. Move that out of the way. So again, I'm just going to zigzag. So I can lengthen the stitch, and I'm going to up to say a 2.8 in this one. And don't really need to do the top, we'll do it anyway. So I'm just using my foot as a distance to quilt away from the edge, stop at the point, and we'll do just a zigzag all the way across. So again, it's a quick way of quilting, but I do think it looks nice. I might be chopping a lot of this off the top, but I think it should be done anyway. And I'm using a nice lilac thread. Oh. So it stands out. I think I'm just about to run out of, isn't that lucky, right to the end of the row before I ran out completely. That's so satisfying. They're 2 inches cast, 2 inches across the straight side. These are from a kit that we have on the website. I don't know if they're still there, we should be getting some more in if they're not. Oh, thank you, Jane. That's very sweet of you. So let's just wind this up. I hate winding bobbins up, don't you? I know I've said before, it's like putting petrol in cars. The refuelling bit that's the boring bit. And it is nice, I know it takes longer, but normally to fill them all up to the top so it lasts longer. It's like filling your tank. Polishing my boots counts as housework. Absolutely it does, Lois. Yes, stop it now. No housework. Naughty corner for you. Unless you just like to look nice in polished boots to do your sewing, of course, and that's different, of course. Okay, whoops. So again, just zigzagging around, stopping in the crease. Lisa's gone quiet, hasn't she? Oh, there she is. H630 on this one, which is a bit thinner than 640. To be honest, I prefer 640 if I'm quilting through it because it's a bit thicker. But it doesn't really matter. It's not that noticeable. And snip. Oh, that wasn't snip. Morning, Marilyn. Wind your bobbin. I know. Wind your bobbin up. Pull, pull. I can't remember it. I'm sure somebody will burst into song in a minute. What are the words for wind your bobbin up? Wind your bobbin up, wind your bobbin up. That's as much as I know. Lisa's refilling my gin glass. Alison pays her daughter to refill her bobbins once a week. Oh, that's a bit extravagant. I don't know if I go that far. Unless I've got 100 bobbins to do, then I might get my son to do it for me. Pull, pull, clap, clap, clap. That's Denise. And then is that point to the ceiling, point to the floor? Is that one? I'm just picturing you all singing along at home. Is that an American one as well, Nancy? You got Brian with us today. Alan, have you got your results yet? Worked under fires for for 5 years and sang that all the time. But what does it mean? What's after pull, pull, clap, clap, clap then? Point to the ceiling, point to the floor, point to the window, point to the door. Yeah, what is that about? Point to the floor. Yeah, you're all singing now, I can tell. Having a wind the bobbin up sing along. I know we're still here, Elizabeth. Going to be another well, a little while. I'm going to overlap with the YouTube video going live. But not to worry, I think I'll just do the last row here because sitting watching me sewing zigzags isn't the most entertaining thing, is it? Right, so that'll do. Whoa, that was a wobbly one. But if you wanted to echo quilt inside each one of these, if you're making a plain mat, then maybe mat. So because I'm looking for my mat. If you're making a plain bag with maybe even the bright colours that we've got here, then you could even put some applique on the centre of it. That'd be quite nice. So let's just square this off, and I'm just going to make it as big as I can. So no specific measurements to this one. So I just couldn't find my cutter. But you can just keep going until you get the size that you want to. So let's chop this off. And these sizes as well, I mean this is machine sewn, but if you wanted to hand sew, or maybe even English paper piecing, then that would be a nice idea as well. Okay. That's straight. That's straight. Oh. Didn't press down quite hard enough. Right. So we've got this, which is going to be the front, and then I'm just going to use this one for the back because it matches really nicely. It's not part of the same collection. This one is Riley Blake, but it just goes really well. I was going to use this as the lining, but it's actually quite nice for a backing fabric, isn't it? So let's trim that with the rotary cutter. That's going to be quicker. Oh, has he got his results? I got my ECG results back and I have a small back problem. But all good news. Alan, you look after yourself. Don't go hunching over your sewing machine and cutting out too much with your rotary cutter and stuff. Just go and rest and look after yourself. But that is good news. Thanks for letting us know. Whose head is like a pin cushion? You had let me just wind back. 31 injections. So I'm just going back through Facebook because that looks. Claire says, I'm in the poorly corner as of yesterday. 31 injections in my head as I suffer from chronic pain. So in and out of bed suffering. No gym for me, just morphine. Oh, same thing, isn't it? Oh, 31 injections in your head. And you had that for the pain? Can we have a lot of love sent out to Claire as well, because that must be such a thing to suffer. We're all thinking about you, Claire. Thank you for coming and staying with us. Hopefully we've been able to take your mind off it a little bit. Well, we're not taking your mind off it at all because we're all talking about it now, aren't we? But thanks for letting us know. We'll think about you. All our prayers are with you. Alan could send his cutting to me and it'd probably take me about a year to get round to doing it. By the time I've got through everything I need for my deadlines. Right. Now I need 2 lining pieces. So this isn't going to match terribly well, but this was a little ad hoc. That needs ironing. I don't like creased up fabric. So I'll have a bit of spray on that. It's very creased. Go back and see messages. When you scroll back through Facebook, you can't scroll back down again very easily. Right, So these are going to be cut a little bit longer, and I'm going to do them in 2 pieces. You know the half hexie bag that I made last week, and I said there's not going to be a video because I made a bag using that, just to show you another thing that you can do with that, with the kit. Does that make sense? Sometimes I think I'm talking rubbish. It's the same bag, or it's the same style of bag. So again, there is a YouTube video going on in about 2 minutes. So have a look on there, and it's the same way as I make that one. Right, that doesn't press very well. I've got a piece of linen. I think it needs really dampening, this one. Okay. So this time I'm going to go the same width, but a little bit longer. And I'll need 2 pieces because I'm going to put a seam straight across the bottom. I find it easier that way. So same width, and then about ½ inch longer. So let's chop this off here. I've still got my rather large rotary cutter. I bought another one actually, specifically to keep down here, and forgot to bring it down. So I took that, and another one, and another one, and I normally stand up to do this, which is why I'm struggling a little bit sitting down, so you can put more pressure on. And then again about ½ inch bigger across the bottom. That can be trimmed down if it's too big in a bit. That's it. And that off there. There, right. So that's all the cutting done. Then we're going to put the zip in. My zip is, as usual, too long. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces of this to use as tabs at the end of the zip. Let me tidy this up a little bit, so it gets confusing, doesn't it, when it's messy everywhere. So about, I don't know, 1.5 inches by 2 inches, doesn't really matter as long as it's wider than the zip. And we'll cut those down in a sec. So this is going to go first of all. Oh, now then, I tell you what, because I was thinking, why have I cut that line in bigger? You didn't need to on this one, did you? With this, I carried on with the hexagons until I got one long piece and then folded it in half. So this actually wraps around, that goes all the way around the bottom, which is why I cut the lining a little bit bigger. Actually, I don't need to do with this one because I'm going to have the seam at the bottom there anyway, so it will end up the same size. So sorry about that. That's because I decided at the last minute that I wasn't going to carry on with the whole thing because we'd be here all day. Interfacing Jita, I am using a Valiseline H630, which is a fusible polyester webbing, so it sticks to the fabric, and it's not too thick. H630 is only about 1/8 of an inch thick. H640, which I'd like to have used, I would is a little bit thicker. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, but I hadn't got any. Okay, so let's put the tabs on the zip first. Zip too long. I like to cut off the metal stoppers at the end of the zip. You hear me say this a lot, so sorry if I'm repeating myself. On bags like this, so if I'm making a bag or I'm making a cushion cover, I'll cut the stoppers off. Don't want to hit them with a needle, don't need the lumpy bits there. If I'm making a dress, do keep them on, otherwise your slider is going to come straight off the end. So I'm going to have this about 1.5 inches shorter, I think, each end. So let's chop that down as well. No need to measure it, we'll just do that by eye. And then these little tabs that I've just cut are going to go onto each end. So facing downwards, one on each side of the zip, and then we're just going to sew straight across here. So I can go back to my normal stitch length now and sew straight across. And then we'll do the same on this end. So face down, and face down, so the zip sandwiched in the center and also straight across. Make sure the ends of the zip are kind of pinched together. You could put a couple of hand stitches in there, or maybe use a glue stick to hold it in place while you sew. And that's that. And now I can trim this down so it's the same width as the zip. It's still going to be a little bit too long, but I'm going to leave it like that for a second. So just trim away the edges, like so. Same on this one. And that side. And then we're going to sew this right sides together to the top. So facing it down, so the zip side is facing the fabric, and have that evenly, so I've got the same distance of the tabs each end there. Then I'm going to sew straight down the center of the zip tape. So let's move the needle across to the left hand side, so I don't need to put the zipper foot on, and sew. And then when I get to the slider, because I don't want to be manoeuvring around that, I stop with the needle down, lift the foot up and wiggle it out of the way. Mary, I know I set it for 5 o'clock, Mary, so this is actually going out on YouTube at the same time as we're live, because I'm normally finished by 5. There we go. So if you just want to watch this, you can just flick over to YouTube now and you can see it there. And then this is going to go on the opposite side, so lining on the opposite side of the zip. So I just need to make sure that these edges here are lined up. And again, so straight down the center of the zip tape. Sorry, not the lining, the back of the bag. We'll do the lining in just a second. And I like to do these individually. I know you can just sandwich both pieces in between the fabric and sew all in one go. So I'm just going to stop with the needle down while I move this slider out of the way again. But I like to see where I'm sewing, and if I've got the zip sandwiched in between two pieces of fabric, I can't see where the stitches are and I can't see where the zip is. Whereas now, that's the front and the back, I can see the stitch line when I put the lining on. So again, zip sandwiched in between the lining and the outer bag, but I'm going to sew from the side that I've just sewn so I can see where the stitches are. So line at the edge of my fabric and sew straight down. So I can feel now when I'm going to hit that slider, and again I don't want to be sewing around it because I'll get a wobbly stitch line. So I'll just move that out of the way underneath, carry on sewing. If you're more confident pinning all of this, then of course do feel free to do so. So that's lining and outer with a zip down the center, and then let's do the same on this side, like so, so I can see where I'm going. Now I can sew all the way around the zip like this. When I made the original bag with it folding over, it can be very fiddly to actually sew around the zip. With this being open like this, then it's a lot easier to do that. It does look nice. I do like to see top stitching around a zip, but it can be very fiddly sometimes. Right. Why are you putting on the other side of the... Yes, sorry, because Sarah, I'm doing the front and the back. I just got... That was going to be my lining originally, but we changed plan. How's Peter, by the way? How's he doing? Let us know. What are pins when you can have the thrill of stitching by the seat of your pants? Oh, that'd be a good title for a show, wouldn't it? Stitching by the seat of your pants. Or stitching the seat of your pants even. So let's just go around the edge here. just lengthen the stitch again a little bit. Oh, no, I'm going to go back to the middle first of all. That's it. And I'm pulling the fabric away from the zip and on the lining side as I'm sewing, just so it all keeps nice and flat. Put this one away. Over the zip. You could put little tabs on the end of the zip if you like. You could make this into a wristlet by putting a loop of ribbon into the side of the bag, so you can wrap it around your wrist. And of course, any shape and size you like. If you're using bigger hexagons, you'll get a bigger bag. And back over. Righty-ho. Then we're going to fold these two sides together. Let's open the zip. So the outer pieces are right sides together, the lining pieces are right sides together, and we're going to sew all the way around the edge, leaving a turning gap in the bottom. When you get to the end pieces here, which I can now trim away, and you have this kind of section, where have you gone? Where the zip goes in the centre, it's that shape. Push this towards the lining, so just squish that flat and push that towards the lining side. Saracen wants a slingback backpack. A slingback backpack. What's a slingback backpack? Send me a picture if you think about it. What's that, Alison? I found some sewers can become so painstakingly precise it stops being fun. Nothing on this earth is perfect apart from beehives. Beehives? I suppose they are. So I accept that this is my crafting too. I'm not worried about, but I'm not worried about perfection. It's quite nice when it happens, though, is my thinking. I know a lot of you, it has to be perfect, and that's fine. But it doesn't really worry me. Most of the sewing that I do is for myself. So if I'm happy with what I've achieved, that's fine. Obviously, I'm writing books or making instructions or anything like that. It's nice when things are absolutely perfect. But I don't beat myself up if it's not. First time being able to watch live due to work. Hello, Debbie O'Brien. Welcome along live for the first time. Due to work and caring for my husband, it's nice to be with fellow sewing lovers in the UK. Thank you. We're here twice a week, so try and join us again on Saturday if you can. 11 o'clock in the morning. You're right, Zell. Imperfections just increase the uniqueness of the crafted item. In that case, I want this to be as unique as I possibly can. It's true. No two are the same, are they? That'd be dull. Oh, I see. A bag that can be worn as a crossbody bag. I'll have a look out for one. Like the So Sweetness. Don't know So Sweetness. I'll have a look. Janet says she's not great at sewing, but she loves doing it. That is the main thing. It shouldn't be a chore. If you don't love doing anything, then you shouldn't do it, should you? My reckoning. Hexagons on the front of a girl's backpack. That would be nice. Right, so we've done that. Let's snip across the corners. Like so. And then we'll turn it the right side out, which is why we needed to leave the zip open so we can do that. A shopping bag with larger hexagons, that's a nice idea. There we go, I'll just get my little turning tool in there and push it through. What do you recommend? Julia, I can only recommend sewing machines that I use. I'm not a sewing machine expert. I can, oh, I should have put some fleece on the back, shouldn't I? I can recommend this one. It's an Elna Experience 560 because I use it twice a week, and it puts up with me very well. In fact, I've never used a Janome or an Elna machine that I haven't been happy with. Brother machines are very good. I used to have a Pfaff. I've had a Husqvarna. They were very nice. Lots of you have got Singers and Jukies. Let's push that out. Best thing to do, I went, when I bought, I got this one off Amazon, but when I bought my big machine, my expensive machine, I got in touch with Sewing Machines Direct in Cheshire. They've got a website if you have a look on there, and asked. They have a live web chat section, or you can phone them up, and I just said to them, I want a machine that is fast and that can sew through lots of layers of fabric. And they came up with the Janome 6600, which I've had for years now, and they don't actually make it anymore. But I just said what I wanted, and they advised me. So have a look on websites and see how much, because prices obviously got a lot to do with what machine you buy, and what functionality you want. I like a needle up down. I'm not bothered about the scissors. I wouldn't go out of my way for one of those. I like a needle threader, but have a think about what you want from a sewing machine and go for a big brand. Juliana, I don't understand all that you speak, but the video is amazing. Thank you. I've never used a Bernina Elaine, but I hear they're very good. Well, if it's going for over 40 years, then definitely. Huh. Oh gosh, injections in the head every 3 months. Oh, right. So turned it through, got a few threads to snip. I have a hole in the bottom which I need to sew over. So I'm just going to do that on the machine, and I've still got lilac in there, but I'm not too worried about it. So pull the two sides of the lining away from each other, and that should fold in quite neatly. Let's give that a crease, and I'm just going to sew straight across on the machine. Julia, which baskets? She wants to know about baskets, but she doesn't know what book they're in. I can't remember doing baskets in a book, unless it was so useful. There might be something in there. What kind of basket? Like Easter baskets, they're on YouTube. Right, so we're done there. So this now goes inside here. The Brother Lumiere, I've not heard of that one. And just need to poke out that corner a little bit more. And that's another one done. So actually, that's the bag that I made on the video. And again, this is in one long piece that's folded in half, so you can see that the join goes, well, there's no join, it goes all the way around, it wraps around. If you haven't got the patience to do all of that, but you want the same effect, no reason why you couldn't put just a plain back on there. Still looks just as nice. Did put a little ribbon in that, didn't I? Let's see if I've got a little piece of ribbon. I have got a piece of ribbon left, and there were some tweezers knocking around on here, because I think that's quite a nice finishing touch. I know there were tweezers on here. I had them earlier on. See if I can use my quick unpick instead, because I just need something to push that through. You can probably see them at home. I've got a little pair of lilac, very pointy tweezers. That's done it. So just a piece of ribbon, loop it through, and trim it back. I think that's quite a nice finishing touch, isn't it? There. So 2 bags made up. And again, if you just joined us, or you didn't like the chat, it is now that the whole video is on YouTube right now, playing out as we speak. So I'm twice on YouTube at the moment. The coffee must be getting cold, absolutely. Lumiere machines for £11,000. Oh, I couldn't justify that. Must be really special. Lisa has a baby lock and she wants a Juki. A basic manual brother. I think there's so many different brands of sewing machines. The only thing I'd say is to go for a big brand. Any of these big names that everyone's talking about here, because they come with support and because they come with warranties. I think that's really important. Husqvarna Emerald, not use one of those either. Thanks, Dee. Okay, well I should be with you again. We've got pointy tweezers on the website. I just don't, they're here somewhere. Maybe they're on the floor. I don't know. I'll have a tidy up when we're finished and have a look for them then. Right, on Saturday, by request, it's going to be a reading cushion, rum and coke, honestly, Christine. But I like to do things a little bit different, so it's going to be a double pocket one. And there will be a video for that one as well. That's at 11 o'clock. Thanks, Helen, on Saturday morning. Thank you, Lisa. Bye, Nancy. I shall speak to you next week. Don't expect you to be there at 11 because that's very early in the morning for you. Thanks, Christine. I'm glad you enjoyed the chat and the bag. Thank you very much. Okay, yep. Thanks, Lisa. If you do want to join the Half Yard Club, you know, you're very welcome. And remember, you do get your free month as well. Lisa's been telling you on YouTube. So put the oh, tell you what I'm going to do. When I'm off now, I'm going to give you a big fat tease of my next Christmas collection of fabric that's coming out. You'll see that when the little sign comes up at the end. Not going to be out till about May time, I don't think. So big fat tease, but there you go. So anyway, I shall see you again on Saturday morning. If you can make it, I'd love to have your company. Thanks for being with me today, and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.